See if I can get hello. I'm gonna add a guest. Here. Let's invite Jeanette. How do I find her? I'm looking for you, Jeanette.
Close. You know how many colors he gave? That's me. 6,000 colors in. But instead of 6,000 colors, it's a lot of other
Okay. Invite as guest. There we go. Try and get her. I see ya.
Okay, see, I got your camera on.
Hi.
Can you see me?
I can see you. I'm
Go
so
in
sorry.
your under guest, and there should be like a thing that you can hit for grid, and it should pop up so we're on the same size. But it's under guest and grid.
Guest and grid. Okay, guest.
Might be under settings under guest. So guest settings, and then you should be able to hit grid.
Okay, go live with guest.
Does it say about like a grid, like view?
I'm still trying to figure it out here. Let me see here. It says host, guest.
Yeah, hit guest.
Okay, I'm on guest.
And is there like settings or something that says grid?
Let me see where the settings. Okay, grid. There we go. Switch grid.
There you go.
Yay.
And now you'll never have to do that again.
Thank you.
It says we're live right here.
Okay, well, I guess we can go live on Facebook too, but I got you already here, so.
Oh, you got it on.
I need to have enough followers. I don't do enough on Facebook, so.
I don't know why it was
You want me
running
to stop
so
it?
weird. No, just tell everybody to go to TikTok for the interview.
Hey, everybody. The ASIP interview with Jeanette T Queen is going to be on TikTok now. So make sure you go
Due
over
to
to TikTok.
technical difficulties.
You can look up Tanya Steverding, Spicy Author, and you can look up Jeanette T Queen Books on TikTok, and we will be live there. There's going to be Smiveaway, and we're doing the sip and paper. So sorry, y'all, it wasn't working earlier, and we moved over to TikTok. So jump on over there and come join the fun. Thank you.
It worked better doing
Okay.
it on the app. I downloaded the Facebook app for you.
Okay, my husband figured out the Facebook one. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm completely frazzled today. How are you doing?
I am good. I did miss the thing earlier where you told us to paint the background. So while we were
You
figuring
don't
this
have to.
out,
I just was
I
letting
painted
you
the
guys know that.
background.
I did mine earlier.
I did, see?
Yeah.
I got it started.
Good. So, hello everybody.
Hey, could
Hello.
you do it on your computer? This is your
what?
TikTok app.
No, I'm already on. I'm just gonna have you help me here.
Oh,
So
okay.
let's see here. I've got my canvas. I painted it blue, and right now I'm going to introduce our featured author today. So if you guys have your acrylic paints out handy, this is the picture we're going to paint. Mine's in black and white, unfortunately, but we're going to make it pretty blues. I have it pinned on my Facebook page too, and I have it here for reference, quick reference. So anyways, tonight we are featuring author Jeanette T Queen. Hello.
Hello.
So if you're not already, like, follow, and add her book to your TBR. The book we're talking about today is her debut novel. We're so excited about it. Jeanette, if you could just give us a quick synopsis of your book. Tell us your story about what the
Hate that
last
question.
Pendragon is.
Basically, it's about a young woman who just graduated from college. She's 23, moving back home, not sure what she wants to do with her life, and is kind of thrown into the whole magical realm thing that she didn't know existed. She finds out that she is the last in the Pendragon line, the last of the people that can wield Excalibur and that can kill the evil immortal Lilith that's trying to enslave and kill everybody. Problem is, she doesn't know how to be the hero of the story, even though she's supposed to be. She doesn't know how to control the magic that's now suddenly popping out of her. So it's your typical hero's journey. But so she goes from completely knowing nothing to finding her way into being the hero everybody needs her to be.
That's so exciting. I cannot wait to read your book. You just launched it, right? Or is it?
It actually, official release date is Thursday.
Thursday. So you've sent out the arcs, and we're waiting on reviews.
Arcs, yes. The paperback is live, but that's because I did that so my ARC readers could post on Amazon. But yeah, it officially goes live on Thursday, and it is currently on sale for 99 pennies until release day for the ebook.
Okay, great. I would like to ask you, because I know you're an avid reader. You're an avid reader, and you're a big support for indie authors. What inspired you to become an author yourself?
I don't know if it was ever really planned. I did have the idea in my head about 20 years ago, and I did write the first couple chapters, and oddly enough, my aunt, who has been like my biggest supporter, has read every chapter, whether it made it in the book or not, still had those 3 chapters from 20 years ago in her office. But I really didn't think anything of it. I was like, I mean, the idea has always been in my head. So then life got in the way, and kids and all that. And then during COVID, I was actually going to school to be a hypnotherapist, to get my hypnotherapist degree, and life coaching, which I do. But I was in a class to learn how to teach my clients how to meditate. And while I was meditating, the first 7 chapters of the new edition popped into my head. And I was like, okay, well, I got this far, I need to spit it out now. So, and that's kind of how it happened. But I had given up on actually reading and writing for like a long time because, I had kids and I really just didn't have the time. And then one day I found a book called A Carnet, which is a first book in a series of 5 by an Australian author named Lynette Nooney. And that reignited my love of reading. And then it made me realize that, I could write this. Not as good as her, obviously, I wouldn't, but I was like, I could write this. I write a story. So that's kind of how it happened.
I think your story is great, and I cannot wait to read it. You've got a modern take on it, and I love that. Now, is this story spicy? Like, what age range are you shooting for as far as?
18 up, 17 up. I mean, I believe the title is new adult. There is no spice in it, but there is adult themes. There is adult language. Could there be spice in future books? I don't know. It depends on where the story takes me and how I feel when I write those scenes. I might end up offering any spicy scenes to like newsletter people, so that way I can still keep it where most age groups, and whether you like spice or not, you could enjoy the book.
Yes.
But it is still adult themes. There are like things that are mentioned, adult themes mentioned, and there is some adult language.
Okay. New adult, 17 and up.
Yeah, I would. I mean, 16, I don't care. I mean, there's the F-bomb in there a couple times, and so.
So is this the genre you want to continue writing, or do you have goals to become a multi-genre author?
Well, now that I've got this one done, it's like it opened up Pandora's box. So I do have I have a contemporary series in my head based very loosely on my childhood and people I grew up with. Very loosely. So I do have that, and that's a potential for about 4 books. So I don't know. We'll see. And then, I have another little idea in my head about like a little witchy contemporary. So a little paranormal, a little contemporary. So we'll see. But I have to get book 2 out first because, people are already after me about book 2.
Aww. Yeah, it's amazing if you shoot to write a book and then you're in love with writing, the opportunities are pretty much endless, you know? Right now, I'm taking chalk and I'm etching out the, starting from the bottom, and I'm etching out the book pages.
I kind of wish I would have printed it out myself.
Yeah, I had to have my daughter print it for me. She don't got color, so I do have a.
Like I said, I'm not an artist, so it's not going to be like super fantastic.
This is about fun art and chatting books, and I wanted it to have that Excalibur theme going for your towards your.
know, I love that part. So my pages look like flowers. It looks like a flower.
Well, it's kind of triangle-like. So, like, if you just do a little angle sideways and a little angle sideways, and then do a little hoop, they look like cat ears. Kind of.
It'll be all right. It's more about having fun. Oh, it doesn't look too bad. Okay, hold on. I think I got it.
So you start with
Doesn't look as good as that, but
and then it's just like a little rectangle block on one end, and it shoots down to a pointed curve.
as you can see, people, mine looks like a flower. Nothing like hers, but it's okay.
You know what? I love having goofy pictures made out of the sip and paint glasses, and I like.
Yeah, I'm not stressing over it. Like I said, I got that at the dollar store. I'm cool.
Right? It's a fun thing to do. So then I think I'm going to etch the little sword. I have to use my granddaughter's. My maiden name is Moore, so my dad calls this Moore guy ring, where you just gotta wing stuff together.
There you go.
A little circle for the handle of
The hilt.
the hilt. My husband's being the cameraman today. So I just did a book event in Texas, in Dallas,
Richardson.
and I was supposed to go back home, but my son is getting married, and it's happening today.
I saw that. Congratulations.
I got so many things, but it's going to be fun. So,
Fun fact, I'm ordained as well and have done a few weddings.
I love doing weddings. Anytime there's a chance to celebrate.
Oh, yes.
And I do not have a problem marrying anybody and everybody and whatever kind of ceremony it is. All right. So I did like the little hilt. It's not perfect, but we're getting there, right? This is the beauty of
So you're
chalk.
just drawing like little circles?
Yeah, it's a circle, and then I put like little thick, because I have a thick chalk. It's like a thick square, and then I can take if you don't like how it's not evened up or whatever, we can take baby wipe or a wet paper towel and clean it up. So I mean, it's already
Mine is going to look nothing like that, but I don't care.
So then at the top, there's going to be like a little smiley face, a little bit, like right there, smiley face. And then I'm going to
I get what you're doing now.
have
Okay.
like a little bit of
Mine's still not going to look that good, but it's okay.
it has to just be fun, that's all. And that's the beauty of chalk, is you can erase it and put it on there till you like what you got.
Yeah, I just discovered that. I could erase it.
I have these chalk pens I just bought at Hobby Lobby, but they're dried out. So it's not working too well for me. Anyway,
I just got regular chalk that I stole from my kid's board. From there.
I just took a piece of paper. This is a scrapbook one, but I took a piece of paper so I can have a straight line. And I'm gonna kind of make the sword from the hilt based off of the line.
Not all the way out to the outside.
Okay, Beth.
They have made it worse, but I don't care.
Look at a picture.
We're doing what we're doing here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We can make this go. I think I want it to come down a little further, so I'm gonna make it smaller.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Alright. That's why we got chalk. Because we're just drawing out the
Chalk was the greatest thing that you could have suggested. Because I've did this like 3 times now.
Chalk and baby wipes are like an artist's best friend.
All right. So.
Okay. And then we got the little line in the middle. Okay, so we kind of got a messy version.
Yours looks so good.
It's just the cover, just laying around now.
It's like,
Then I just
for
followed.
those of you to see her picture, this is mine.
Your hilt's curved the wrong way. Your hilt's curved the wrong way. It's supposed to curve up, see? In the picture.
Oh, okay. Well, then we'll make this. We'll make it complicated. You hear my husband over here? He's all side seat painting.
Yes, I am.
It's all right.
It's because your husband's OCD with stuff.
Yeah, I know. You don't need to tell me twice. I would like to.
Jay Reed and Rock says that she's ordained, or they are ordained. Sorry, I'm assuming you're a girl. You might not be. And they are a jeweler, and they can make the ring and marry you too.
That's
Love
amazing.
that.
I love that. I love talent and creativity and all.
And I have my water to sip. And these are my friend Shelly from Chaos and Book Talk made these. These are the characters from my book.
Oh, I love that. That's such a pretty tumbler.
I'm doing some some PR boxes, and this is gonna be in a PR box.
Oh, awesome. So we're having a giveaway tonight, actually.
Yes.
We're going to be giving away your book, which is exciting.
Yes, I'm excited to get it into the hands of people.
Whenever I do giveaways, I always ask the winner to like, follow, leave reviews for the author, because reviews are an author's best friend. New readers.
Yes, they are.
It's trying to write and ask a question at the same time. I was going to ask, as far as your favorite author, like who are the top 3 authors that inspire you?
Oh, wow. That's a tough one. Lynette Nooney, who I absolutely adore, and like I said, she's an Australian author. K.A. Masterson has become a friend, and she has been very helpful. Ian Leander, who is getting ready to release book 3 in her series this coming week, has been great. Rebecca F. Kinney. I mean, there have been so many that I read that have actually become friends, or, that have become mentors, that I'm just thrilled to say that I know them. C.L. Ledford. Like, there's just so many. I could talk all day about the authors that I love and read.
I love that because you're also a very avid reader. So
Yes. I consider myself a reader before an author. Like, I'll be scrolling along Book Talk, and I feel like I'm on the reader side and not. But now that I have my book coming out, it almost feels like weird. Like, am I intruding? But then I'm like, no, I'm a reader first. So
a lot of authors are avid readers too. I love reading. Whenever I get
it's research.
it's kind of hard to read as much as I'd like to anymore because I'm always busy. It's like a full-time self-employed job, but I do if I can get a chance to read. I just love it. It's still my greatest escape.
Same.
Okay, so.
And just so y'all can see, that's what hers looks like. Again, mine looks nothing like it, but I'm okay with it.
We're not making masterpieces here.
It's all about having fun.
It would be a good time to take a sip if y'all have it. I don't have the thinnest, like I had these chalk pins lined out to be able to make these scales. And, you know, I'm using like a kid thing.
Same. So what are you drawing? I can't see. Like, is it?
Here, I'll show it to you. I'm trying to draw the scales.
Oh, like the circles.
But, so here, this is what I got so far. My scale.
Okay.
But, you know what? I got this big, thick chalk. But for reference, if you guys want to try your hand at something better than I did, this is the scale. And then I'm going to do a little flying papers. So you can just kind of put one out. And then so my son, he was going to have this big wedding in March, and I think he's still planning on having a big wedding in March. But you know, they wanted to have the legal marriage done for some legal stuff going on, and he was like, "Hey, I really need to get married. Can you just stick around to marry us?" I was like, "Of course I can."
Like, you're gonna say no to that?
So I've been like just trying to scatter around and get all the wedding stuff planned up.
Well, I'm glad you still had time to come hang out with me for a little bit.
Sure.
If you needed to reschedule, I wouldn't have been upset.
We could reschedule for Facebook again when I get.
I wonder if it's because I don't spend enough time over on Facebook, to be honest. So I wonder if I just don't have enough followers.
No,
Like, maybe, like on here, you have to have 1,000 followers to go live.
So I just kind of made some little papers floating around. And hopefully when I start painting this, I can clean up those scales. But either way, it's still kind of cute.
It is.
So can you tell me your main character?
Elizabeth?
Can you tell
Yes.
what her personality is like?
She's a little quirky. She's a little, she's got a little snarkiness sometimes. Her snarkiness comes out at probably the most inappropriate times sometimes. She's also very clueless. She lived a very sheltered life and is just completely clueless.
she's had a sheltered life.
Yes.
Can you give us a little bit of an insight without giving away too much about that sheltered life? Or
Well, she was raised by her grandfather and her father, and they were both archaeologists, and they traveled the world to different sites, and she went with them. So she had tutors and didn't really go to public school, and she was just mainly around them. She wasn't really around other kids. And then something happens, and her father goes missing, is presumed dead, and she just kind of shuts down emotionally. And then she has a best friend, and things happen, and that best friend goes away. So it's like she now thinks that anybody she cares about is going to go away. So it's, for her, it's just easier not even to bother.
okay, relatable. You know, if you can just be on it. How old is she in the book?
She is 23.
So things are just starting out for her adulting. Pretty
Yeah,
much.
she's just graduated. Actually, we start the book with, well, we have a prologue, but then when we come to her, we have where she is packing up and leaving college and returning home.
Okay. Those are big transitions.
Yes.
And then she discovers this big secret about her bloodline and where she comes from, and has to navigate magic all of a sudden.
Yes.
Wow.
But she didn't know she thought it was all in storybooks, had no idea that it really existed.
Yeah.
Oh, that color is not coming up when I write.
Well, I'm kind of painting in, I'm starting on the corner and painting in some of the bluish scales on the side.
Yeah, yours looks good. My light blue is not wanting to even show up on this.
You can mix it with white.
Well, I think because my chalk is yellow, it was starting to cause some issues. So let me see if this works a little better.
Do you have, as personally, for me, things that are close to my heart, that are like things I would advocate for, like autism. My son today is on the autism spectrum. He's still getting married, but you know, autism, awareness, animals, cancer.
I am a food allergy parent. I am a huge advocate for food allergy education and legislation. I wrote letters to help get sesame as one of the as a top 9 where the companies have to report it, because my daughter has a sesame allergy along with tree nuts, and navigating the system where I could call a food company and ask if there was a chance that their stuff would come in contact with food or with sesame seeds, and they could tell me that they didn't have to tell me that.
Yeah.
That was proprietary. And that just infuriated me, because I'm like, this is my daughter's life we're talking about here. I need to know if the food that she's ingesting is safe. So I started writing letters and helping campaign to get that law changed. So now we have, instead of the top 8, it's now the top 9 allergens. I'm very passionate about food allergies, because it is people don't understand how dangerous it is. How, and especially it affects so many children nowadays, that, you know, people get upset if they're told they can't take a peanut butter and jelly sandwich to school. Well, that your kid's peanut butter and jelly could kill somebody else's kid. You know, so you have to, is it worth it? Is a food item worth another child, even, you know, it's adults too, life. So that's my passion. I could go on that forever. I get on that soapbox and, you know.
Yeah, for sure. Just to put it out there, like, if there's fundraisers when it comes to things like that with authors, I'm always like on board to try to donate or whatever, a little bit, whatever I can. So if you ever decide to have like a event for, you know, to help raise money for food allergies and stuff like that, just let me know. And
Oh, thank you.
I always like to ask authors that because you sometimes people are really they have charities and different kind of things going on, and I think that in order to achieve things that are bigger than yourselves, it takes everybody coming together.
It takes a village, 100%.
And especially for us who don't have the means to just donate a whole lot, it takes a group of people doing something.
Oh, absolutely.
So I always like to add that as a question. Besides, it gives the readers a little bit more insight into who you are and what's important to you.
I love that question. And yeah, no, I've actually started a book that is more based on mine and my daughter's life of when she was first diagnosed. It's called For My Daughter. And it talks about how me navigating in the world where I knew nothing. My daughter, I had a 2-year-old and a 1-year-old. And I was just told at the time to avoid the allergen. I knew nothing about it. Like there was no education for me as a parent. They're just like, stay away from it. And when you're dealing with a 2-year-old kid who can't talk, that didn't work for me. I did not. So I researched. I ended up moving. I lived on the Maryland, West Virginia border. We moved down outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, specifically to see an allergist who had a treatment to help my daughter live a normal life called SLIT, where they take drops and they put it under her tongue 3 times a day. And it helps her immune system build up. So if she accidentally bites a cookie with a nut in it, she's not going to automatically go into anaphylactic shock. So we relocated for this allergist because it was not available around us.
Well, I believe that. My son, that's one of the reasons why I love nurses and doctors and medical people so much. My son was born with a heart defect and he needed surgery, and there was a lot to deal with as a teen mom, having a real sickly child. I flew him to California because the doctors there were better cardiologists than the ones in the town I was in. So I mean, that's a mama. You do whatever it takes.
You do what you got to do. Exactly. I mean, and I don't regret it. I mean, my family still lives in Maryland and I go back, we go back a couple times a year, but my kids love it down in the South. Their school systems are better. And, I don't regret the decision to move at all.
Things work out for a reason.
And it just worked out because where my husband works for Costco and they were building a new facility outside of where I needed to be. So it all worked out.
Stars align, right?
Yes.
And I'm glad that your daughter's doing well and you guys.
She is 10 and can advocate for herself, and yeah.
That's amazing. And then you just helped out so many other families by pursuing legislation to make sure that more resources were made available.
Well, that's the reason I also got into hypnotherapy, honestly, because it is such a stressful time, especially when you're first told your kid has a diagnosis, whether food allergies or an illness or anything. And self-care, the parents don't think about the stress that they're under. And hypnotherapy was kind of my way to give back and help, just help relieve some of that stress, because that's what hypnotherapy does. It helps heal your mind and your body and helps you deal with the stress. So I always offered it to food allergy parents for free because they need it.
Yeah, that's very, very.
And then it led me to the book. So it's just crazy how it all went.
That's so great. So, Pendragon, who are the main characters in the last Pendragon besides the girl?
We have Elizabeth, who is, of course, the main character. We have Shane, who is a character from her past. We have Riker, who is, and then I don't want to give too much away. So we have Elizabeth, we have Shane, and we have Riker. And there's a little bit of a triangle there. We have Elizabeth's grandmother, Lady Lorraine. And then Lady Lorraine's best friend is Nicholas Black.
So I'm gonna have to figure out if I'm Team Riker or Team.
Everybody's like, the funny part is that there was never supposed to be a Riker. I had the first draft. It was always supposed to be Elizabeth and Shane from 20 years ago. That's how it was. I wrote the whole first draft, Elizabeth and Shane. Riker came to me in a dream, and I had to rework the whole book.
The book that I'm working on now, it came to me in a dream too. So it's amazing how little things can trigger a story.
Yes, it is crazy how that happened. And I would try to ignore it, and it just wasn't happening. So I was like, all right, I'll rework it.